This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. This is the second time that He Knows the Sport did some breaking news. You guys see the community post. I think I'm getting on the road with this breaking news stuff, man. That's the thing with He Knows the Sport, man. Whatever he puts his mind to, he's the best at it. Let me say it again. Whatever he puts his mind to it, he can be the best at it. Because my competitive nature is second to none. Let me say it again. My competitive nature is second to none. This is why I rocks with the Tom Brady's of the world, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Earl, the True Spence, the Floyd Mayweathers. I only rock with greatness, man. I don't reside in regular realms, nor do I think regular, and nor am I a regular cat. Let me say it again. I don't reside in regular realms, nor do I think regular, and nor am I a regular cat. I'm special, so I only rocks with special. So let's get on to the damn video. Hear me and hear me well. I told y'all, man, Sergey Kovalev just came out. The link is in the video, and the link is where? In my damn community post. Told you, man. This man came out and said, I took the fight for money. It was impossible to win. Why would he say that? Boxing fans have been riddled. Boxing fans are trying to figure out, why is Sergey Kovalev not landing his jab consistently when he is the best jabber at the lightweight division, at the light heavyweight division? Let me say it again. Why is Sergey Kovalev not landing his jab consistently if he's the best light heavyweight in the division? And then him holding his right hand. When have you ever seen Sergey Kovalev hold his damn punches? Well, he confirmed it. Check the link below. The man said, I took this fight for money. I told you guys, man. People think when He Knows the Sport says these things, oh, He Knows the Sport is crazy. He knows the Sport doesn't know what he's talking about. I don't reside in opinions, man. I'm an ultimate truth teller. I come with cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat truths. This is the realm that I reside in. This is the realm that I understand. This is the realm that I live in. And this is the realm that I unction in. So as the cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, you know what I'm saying, truth teller and cold-hearted truth teller, I have to give you guys the truth. The truth hurts, but guess what? It will set you free. Let me say it again. The truth hurts, but it will set you free. But I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I apply what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It busts pipes, folks. It has to bust the pipes. That's what pressure does. Pipes and pressure don't go together unless you and pressure are best friends. He Knows the Sport and pressure happen to be best friends. I thrive under pressure. I was born in it. I was molded by it. I love it. But Sergey Kovalev came out and told you guys this stuff, man. Right here, you got your paid to lose on steroids. Once He Knows the Sport drops a link, there's no questioning it. I told you guys about the truth. It can't be argued against. The truth can only be agreed upon. And if you argue against the truth, you are in errors. You are in what we call erroneous ways. Why would Sergey Kovalev say this way after the fact? Go listen to Danny Jacobs in his press conference with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He said they knew exactly what they were doing when they sat there and they drained me. He waited until way after the fact, way after the check was cleared. I told you that fight was a paid to lose fight. But when He Knows the Sport says these things, people don't want to hear it. Oh, you just hating on Canelo Alvarez. You just hating on Canelo Saul Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Just like this guy that had a cinnamon fetish that was on my video the other day in the comment section calling Canelo Alvarez King Canelo. What grown-ass man call another man king in capital vernaculars, K-I-N-G? Let me say it again. What grown-ass man call another grown-ass man king in capital vernaculars, K-I-N-G? Now, there's a salute and there's a respect folks give to one another. And when people say salute king, like my boy Barbershop's Conversation, I understand where he's coming from. It makes sense there because he's not sitting there and worshiping a man. He's just giving another guy props. But you got these Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys that puts it in capital vernaculars. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like they have a cinnamon fetish or something. I told you guys, man. Canelo Alvarez, his boxing career is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Let me say it again. His boxing career is nothing but smoke and mirrors. And the truth always has his day, man. If anybody knows anything about the truth will always be shed to light. Darkness can't reside where the truth is, man, because the truth shines light upon the darkness. Let me say it again. The truth shines light upon the darkness. Sergey Kovalev came out with his truth. He was paid to lose on steroids, man. Anyone that was watching that fight could understand that. Why do you think so many boxing, not only fans, but fighters, Andre Berto, Austin Trout, Chris Eubanks Jr., you know what I'm saying? These fighters don't know each other. Badu Jack. That's 4 fighters from 4 different walks of life. And they all came out and said, man, this was a rigged fight. It was a paid to lose fight on steroids. Because anyone that knows Sergey Kovalev knows when you fight Sergey Kovalev, especially, come on, man, this was a fairy tale fight that came out of a fairy tale story. This is why Canelo Alvarez never gets any credit, because of the way he wins his fights. It's telegraphed. Let me say it again. The way that he wins his fights is telegraphed. And you have to be a classic donor and a troglodyte, a Rudy Poo and a plum brain, an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric to not see the truth behind this, man. But he knows the sport has to keep the foot on the what? On the necks. I have to keep the foot on the what? On the necks. I have to, man, of these Rudy Poo and these plum brain ultra fanboys. We ain't got time for the ultra fanboy rhetoric. We have to debunk it. When they're working overtime, he knows the sport has to work double overtime. Let me say it again. When they are working overtime, he knows the sport has to work double overtime, because I have to come out with the information. He knows the sport is showing you he's the ultimate truth teller. And what he says, the truth itself will have its day, man. It will have its time. Sergey Kovalev was sitting here holding his punches, pulling his punches. For what? Why was he doing this? What did he gain out of this? You know what I'm saying? See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. But boxing fans don't want to address it. They don't want to address the elephant in the room. But he knows the sport. Always address the elephant in the room. Let me say again, he knows the sport. Always addresses the elephant in the room. Sergey Kovalev just told you guys, it's in the link below. I took this fight strictly, plainly, and unadulteratedly for money. Nothing else. It was impossible for me to win. What does that sound like to you? That sounds like someone that didn't even have a chance. Notice in the press conference, he didn't even say anything. All he said was, oh, Canelo Alvarez, thank you for giving me the opportunity to win the fight. Canelo Alvarez and them did their homework. They knew this man was desperate for money. They knew this. So they knew all they had to do was sweeten the deal, give this man whatever was going to make sense. It's in the link below. Go listen to what Sergey Kovalev had to say. Clearly he had money issues. Give this man whatever he wants, sweeten the damn deal, and in the contract, hey, you're gonna be paid to lose, but this is what you're gonna have to do. This is the type of fight that you're gonna have. And it's gonna have to look like a fairy tale fight. It's gonna have to look like the odds are impossible. It's boring. It doesn't look like I'm gonna win, and then I'm gonna have to knock your ass out. It's not a coincidence that they made this guy fight 5 to 6 weeks after he fought Anthony Yarde. He was concussed. So the knockout was evident, because they did their intel. They knew this guy was concussed. You mean to tell me you think they didn't have the intel on this? Come on, folks. You can't be brain full of mush and brainwash followers like these Cinnamon Alvarez fanboys. You have to be smarter than this. And I believe boxing fans are smarter than this. Just like they were smart enough to go spit out the WBC franchise belt, I'm assuming they're smart enough to go and spit out the nonsense that is called the paid to lose on steroids fight. Boxing fans are smart. They realize this fight was rigged. It was staged. That's the truth of the fact of the matter. And if people are being real with themselves and using what we call the true boxing eye test, they can see it for what it is. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.